Hi, this is George Myers from Madison Properties. I'm here today to talk about a topic that most people will never think of. That's talking to a property manager or choosing a property manager prior to closing. If you're an investor and you're purchasing property and you're considering using a property manager, you should consider talking to them prior to the closing process. This would allow a number of benefits for you as an investor. First and foremost, it would allow you to interview a number of people without having to be under the gun or under a deadline to try to get the property started for remodel, updating, or to be put on the market. In addition to that, it would allow you to get advice before the closing in case there's any items that may need to be changed or done during the process. Some of these things that may be helpful to you to talk to a property manager before the closing or choose a property manager before the closing or escrow process would be getting rental rates. You know, there's a chance that you could pick a property and you believe the rental rate is right. However, once you talk to a professional, that rental rate would be less or even possibly higher than you expected. This would have a big impact on what you would or could pay for the property to make it a good, viable investment. Some of the other things that you may want to consider talking to them about would be marketing ideas. Different property managers market in different ways. Each one can offer you different advantages on how they'll market the process, and it would give you the ability to be able to understand the marketing process prior to buying a property and what would need to be done. The other thing that you may want to know about with talking to them in advance would be timelines. If you wait till after the closing process to speak to a property manager, you may be in a situation where it takes them 2 to 3 weeks to even get the listing signed up and taken care of. It may take them 2 or 3 weeks to get the marketing done, and before you know it, without even counting your remodel or any other options, you're 3 to 4, maybe even 5 weeks off the market before the marketing process can even start. Some other great things that a property manager could do for you prior to the closing process would be give you feedback. They could give you feedback on repairs and updates that may need to be done that could get you more money, or in some cases they could save you money. I mean, there are certain cases where you may be planning to redo an entire kitchen because you don't feel the kitchen is up to the standards that you would like them to be. However, they may be perfectly suitable for an incoming tenant or the type of tenant that you're looking for. Maybe a few minor updates would be more sufficient than having to go and rip the whole kitchen out and redo everything. So talking to a property manager would allow you to better understand what repairs are needed. They understand what a tenant is looking for and what a tenant needs. So that would help you with those repairs and those updates in advance. The other things you could talk to them about would be the things to bring in more rent. There may be very small things that they could do to bring more rent. For example, maybe the property only has on-street parking and a big backyard with an alley. There's a potential that you could shorten the backyard and put in a parking area and increase the value by maybe $100 to $200 a month, because now you can provide parking for each of the tenants in the property versus having to be on street. Maybe none of the neighbors has that option and you're the only one that does, so it makes you more desirable than the surrounding properties. The last thing that's the most beneficial, in my opinion, for choosing a property manager and talking to a property manager prior to the closing process would be reducing the time on market. As we all know, time on market is the killer. It's the silent killer. It's the one that hurts all of us. Every day that the property is sitting, it costs both the property manager, the real estate firm, and the owner money, because every day we're putting out marketing as a management company. So your property manager wants to get the property off the market just as fast as you do. However, talking to them in advance of closing would allow them to be able to do some pre-marketing, get all of the information needed for the property, take care of all the repairs as soon as closing is taken care of, and it would shorten your time on market. They may even have a tenant base that they can market to prior to the closing date that would allow you to get somebody in or have a lease signed as soon as the property is closed. If you have any additional questions or would like to speak with us, my name is George Myers, and I'm with Madison Properties.